Do you have items in your craft stash that are neglected and unused, but you can't bear to get rid of them? Welcome to Use It or Lose It, a weekly YouTube series where I'll dive into the products that you have lying around in your craft room and the products I have lying around in mine. After I've created something, I'll decide if I think I'll use it again or if it needs to give up that precious space in my stash, and I hope you'll play along. Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Stash Busting Week. And welcome to challenge number 3. So today we're going to talk about, if you can't guess already, about using it up. I want you to use an entire package of something. Whether that's something that's brand new still in the package or something that just has a few things left. You can see I have some empty packages here, and I just want you to get it used. Whether you use it on one page, maybe you use it across several projects, but I want you to clear an entire package of stuff. So let me show you some of the things in my stash that I didn't get to that I wanted to use the rest of, but just to give you an idea of what I mean, of what's in my stash that I need to use up. If you have sticker sheets like this that have several missing, and you just have some left on there, see if you can use those up. When I look at this, the sticker sheet's not full, and so it's not as exciting to me anymore. And so this is something that I do look at, but sometimes I'll pass it by. And if it has even less than this, then I definitely, it's like getting to the point where it's not exciting anymore. Here's another package that I've had for just a long time. These are really easy words to use, but I just haven't done it. And so my challenge to you is to use up an entire package of stuff. So what I've done, I did 2 layouts for this challenge, and I'm just going to show them to you and explain what I did. Tomorrow will be another process video, but I used up the rest of this chipboard sheet, which if you remember from the first video, I had about half of it was gone. And so now you can see every single piece of this is gone, which is awesome, right? I want to get my stuff used up. It's been sitting in my stash for years, and now I finally got rid of it. And it was something that I loved. I still loved all of the pieces here. They were cute to me still and all that. I did 2, so I'll show you the second one in just a minute, but I'm going to show you that one first. And I think that when you're using on one page, if you're using a lot of something, it's really impactful if you can just put it all together. And you can see on this layout that I've piled everything on the left-hand side, and that leaves your eye some rest on the right-hand side. And I think that's important because if I have so much embellishment going on, I don't want my page to get too busy. And if I would have scattered this all around the layout, which I have done before if I'm being honest, it would feel very busy. But this does not feel very busy because it's contained and orderly, which I love. And so if you want to try using everything on one layout, I would suggest trying something like this. And I did. So you can see where I just used all of the little bits and pieces here. I did add in a few other chipboard elements to fill in some blanks and spaces from other stuff that I had thrown in my box. And so like I'll just point out the few things that were not on this original chipboard sheet, but everything else was. So this was not the little buttons or just kind of a filler that I added later, and they happened to come from this Fancy That little collection, and I think they look so cute on here. These little sequins were part of the Paige Evans embellishment, that one too. The B and the M were for Brinley and Malia, and they came from an alphabet set. And then there's just a couple other chipboard pieces here, I think this one too, that I didn't get from the original sheet. But the rest is, and my title is clear because it's very black and it's not linear. It's going in a curve. And so I think So Lovely is obvious that it's the title to me. That's what kind of stands out, and I see my photos, and I really love the way that this turned out. It's so fun to me to pile up embellishments like this. I want to do it again already, so I might. It's okay to just have fun. If you love doing something, then keep doing it. And I think sometimes I convince myself not to do stuff because I've already done something like that and recently. But go with the flow while you're on it. while you're on a roll, keep going. So I did make some things go off the edges, so that just kind of I either keep everything contained within the edges or make things go off all the edges so it looks like it's meant to be like that. So that's my advice. I did stack some of the chipboard pieces on top of each other. I peeled back layers on the chipboard to make them thinner on some of them. You can see this one is very thin because I peeled off all the back layers. Let's see if I can show you closer. So it was thicker before, it was much thicker than that, but I peeled off some of the layers so it could slide underneath there. And then I popped some things up so that they rested evenly with the So Lovely is popped up so that it rested evenly with this one here. So just things to keep in mind. I really hope that you'll try something like this. It's seriously super fun. So anyway, that's my first one. I love the way it turned out. I'm very happy with it. Blah, blah, blah. The second one is a little bit of a hot mess, but it was still, I think it's fun and I'll love looking back at it. So here is the second layout. It is a really random list of true stuff about me right now. And then I put the date. So I had this adhesive chipboard from We Are or not chipboard, it's wood pieces, painted wood pieces from We Are Memory Keepers forever. And I used some of the cute things off of it, and I love the days of the week, and they're cute elements, but I just didn't know what to do with them. Early bird, I don't know. A pineapple, sunglasses, like I just didn't know what a pretzel. Like, what am I gonna do with this stuff? And as I was looking at the stuff, each one of them, I could think of something like early bird. No, I'm not an early bird. Pretzel, I love pretzels, but how am I going to scrapbook that? I saw the days of the week and I'm like, but my favorite day is Friday and that one's gone. And then I saw a candle. I'm like, this isn't a birthday layout. I don't know what to do with this. Bobby pins, like, I don't have like pictures of me getting ready or anything. So, but I have connections to each one of these icons. And so I just went with it and I just listed some random facts, and I think it's really fun. So there were numbers on the piece 2, and I was missing the number 3 because I used it on a previous layout, and so, but there was a 0, and so I thought, how can I change that 0 into a 3? And I tried like coloring over it, and it looked weird. So what I decided to do was just paint it and then use some of these puffy stickers that I needed to get used up anyway, and so that it wasn't the only one, I did it to 2 other ones as well. So I kind of filled in the blank there. Now another place there was a blank was Friday. Remember I said Friday's my favorite day of the week and that one's missing. Well, I just decided to make it a feature by using a different font, just like making those letters instead of the circle so that I could point out that that one's different and that one's my favorite day. So I'm just going to go through each one of these and tell you kind of what I documented so that you can get an idea of stuff like this about you. Maybe what you put on this page is all of the unicorns and mermaids and stuff that you get in embellishments that you don't know what to do with. You know, you can put a list of random stuff about you. This is popular right now, but I don't really get it. And put it with some other stuff. Like, it's just kind of funny. And I just got a little photo of myself and put it next to my age at the bottom. So 1, early bird, no way. I do not like getting up early, never have, never will. 2, there are few things better in this world than a soft pretzel with cream cheese. So good, which is true. I love soft pretzels. 3, my favorite day of the week is definitely Friday, not because it's the end of the week, but because CJ and I go on adventures on Fridays. 4, I love pineapple. It hurts my tongue, but it's worth it. I mean, that's like so simple and stupid, but someday, like, somebody might be interested to know that about me. I don't know. 5, I ended up putting the word travel over the top of this city because I thought that it helped it be more relevant. I mean, a city can represent travel, but I just liked the way that looked and then tied in a little bit more of the black. So I just wrote, I love going new places and exploring new things. I want to see it all. I want to go everywhere. 6. So this is one that I had a hard time with. I didn't know what to do with all the hearts, and when I was scattering them around, they didn't quite look right. I did put one next to the pretzel, but, excuse me. I just put, I am the oldest of 3 kids. I'm kind of bossy and I blame it on that. So I put 3 little hearts to represent me, my brother, and my sister. I intentionally kind of did them like the gender stereotypical colors. Mine is pink, his is that bluey green, and then my sister's is white, which she's like the angel of the family, so I thought that that fit her well too. Okay, 7, this is the one that was the most of a stretch for me, but lately I have been thinking about how nice it would be, it's the dead of winter, to just go out in the backyard, lay on the trampoline, and read a book in the sun. And so I just made that work. There was the word fiction was on there. There was also one that said fact, but I used it already. Oh, by the way, all of these little phrases, they were arrows, just like these, but I thought that was too many arrows, so I cut the arrows off and then used them as triangles to point to different things on the layout. Anyway, so there was the fiction and there was the sunglasses, and I'm like, how do I use those? Those were the last 2 things I didn't know what to do with, and then I was like, I know. I'm going to say how this is what I wrote. It's winter and I keep dreaming of laying out in the sun on the trampoline and reading a good book. I prefer fiction and I like fantasy. So that's just like a couple of random facts. Exactly what I said it was, right? Number 8, the bobby pins. So I leave bobby pins all over the place all the time. That is a true fact about me. And then LOL I thought was funny, and then I just put oops because I wanted to bring in some more of this mustard color so that it was in 3 places. And by the way, I put the yum right on top of the pineapple because originally I was thinking of coloring the pineapple in yellow, and then I thought if I just put the word yum there, then I've got this same mustard color and the same words, and it's still kind of coloring the pineapple yellow, so that's why I did that. And then number 9 says, I'm 34, so I used a 3 and a 4. Those weren't from this, but they were just in my stuff, and then the candle was in that, and so I thought, okay, I'm talking about my age, I could use a candle. I'm 34, and I know it doesn't really make sense, but I don't feel old enough to be that old, not even close. And so that's kind of how I wrapped it up. Now, for the title, I used my yellow stickers that I have a whole bunch of, like this, and I figured that I could I figured out, I had the word list already and I had the word real, but I took some of the other letters off some of the other words I had collected, and I was able to spell the word random, and so I just did really random list. I have an S, but I lost it. And so the S looks a little bit wonky. If you look at it, it looks a little crazy and messy, and it is. It totally screwed it up, and there's like smudges around it, but I could not find the S, and it was somewhere, so I'm sure I'll find it eventually, and if I do, maybe I'll put it on there. But what I did was I took the sticker and I just cut around it, and I used it as a mask to just put the S on there. So if you are missing letters, don't forget that you could use the negatives. You could fussy cut around it and use that, or you could use it as a stencil. So that's what I did for that. And then these letters down here, you can notice that there are a few lowercase letters. I kind of liked that mixed in, but I also didn't have enough to do all uppercase. And so these are actually the brown letter stickers that I had included in my little pile. And I'm trying to find them now, but I'm not seeing them right here. I thought I had pulled them out. But anyway, they're the Jelly Bean Soup alphabet stickers. And I just colored, they're brown and I colored them black. So that's how I got my title to be cohesive, because otherwise it would have been this yellow, which would have clashed with this mustard, right? And then it would have been, that's really gonna bug me. Oh, here they are. And then this brown. So those wouldn't have worked together, but just by coloring them black, it was really easy to get it all to coordinate. So one last thing about this layout that I wanted to point out was the fact that I ripped up some letter stickers. You can see it really well on the Friday, and it peeled up the paper a little bit. Same on the O. And so what I ended up doing was I took my little sand eraser, which is from Tombow, this mono sand eraser, and I just, it's got sandpaper in it, and so I just erased on a few places so that it would give a distressed feel in certain areas so that it looked intentional. So that's what I did there. And so these are my 2 layouts of using up entire packages. Again, I have other stuff in that box that I want to use the entire package of, so I may end up making more. In fact, maybe I'll make that my Friday, or not my Friday, my YouTube not YouTube either, my Facebook Live video. I've got another one coming at you tomorrow, so be sure to watch for that. Tomorrow morning is when it will be. I'll leave an announcement in the Facebook group. But yeah, watch for that. I'm going to be either doing that or the next day's, tomorrow's challenge, which I'm not going to spoil what that is for you yet. But I hope that you'll take the challenge, and I hope that you will try this out. Use it up. Get that entire package gone. And this is a little clue as to what's coming tomorrow. Keep your packaging around. Don't throw it away yet. Or if you throw it away, keep it on the top of the garbage because you might be fishing it out. So here are some photos of the finished layouts. I had so much fun putting these together, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out, especially this So Lovely one. Super fun to make. I will definitely be making some more of those when I have time. So I hope that you'll take up the challenge. Don't forget to join the Facebook group if you're not there already. It's Crafty Use It or Lose It. It will be linked in the video description. And share your projects over there for a chance to win a big prize at the end of all of this. And thank you so much for watching. I really truly appreciate it. Here's a couple other videos from this challenge that I hope you might enjoy. And if you aren't already a subscriber, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here very soon.